protesters have dumped rubbish outside Johannesburg Mayor Herman Mashaba's office. Inner city residents are complaining about refuse removal that has been intermittent for several weeks now. eNCA's Khayelihle Khumalo joins me now to tell me more. So, Khayelihle, we saw the visuals from very early on in the morning. I mean, tires burning in the city center and rubbish strewn all over the place, people highlighting this. What is the frustration they were trying to bring to light?
Well, absolutely, Caesar. For some time now, the residents are saying there hasn't been the collection of the garbage. So there has been heaps of uncollected garbage in so many areas. We're talking about Hillbrow, Doornfontein, Malvern and Battrams, Joburg Park and several areas. But in the main, all these areas are just within the inner city. So they're talking about the fact that the city of Johannesburg has really failed in its task in making sure that this is done periodically. But obviously, from the side of the city, Caesar, we know that they have Pick It Up, which is a designated agency to look at this issue. So we got an opportunity to speak to Pick It Up as well. Pick It Up is saying, look, for some time they've had issues of staff complement. So they've had very limited resources. So hence they were not able to cover so many areas.
Yeah, in fact, it seems then that there is acknowledgement of this backlog. What plan do they have to deal with it from the side of the city, particularly the agency that collects garbage on behalf of the city, Pick It Up?
Well, Caesar, they've conceded that, the levels and some amount of garbage in these areas have reached a very unacceptable levels. So subsequent to that, what they've decided to do is to bring more people to come on the ground. But it's also in the interim, they're still trying to finalize a contract. That contract will be able to give them a green light to have more people documented out in the ground and also have an opportunity to be able to render services adequately.
So what is the situation in as far as the protest is concerned, Kaya, and are police continuing to monitor the situation?
Very much so, Caesar. The police are keeping a very close eye on the ground. Mop-up operations, in actual fact, were completed at the most around 12, during the course of this day. But obviously, whenever it comes to the city of Johannesburg with this administration, Caesar, we know that it's a coalition government, and obviously the opposition party, the ANC, the previous, administration, they had a number of programs, a raft of programs which were making a difference in some of these areas. For example, when you look at programs like Josie at Work, so some people are still aggrieved. So hence, from time to time, you always see, the consternation and the concern being expressed, and one cannot really rule that out. And we've seen that, for example, the Johannesburg Mayor Herman Mashaba has actually employed some of these workers on the permanent basis. And of course, one would say he perhaps buckled under pressure, given the fact that some of these people felt that, they had nothing to do. So some were unemployed, so they had to be absorbed.
Yeah, without a doubt, the issue of the closure of that program, Josie at Work, and the other one called Vulindlela Josie, continues to be a sore point for the ANC in Johannesburg. Thank you so much for that update. eNCA's Khayelihle Khumalo.